Sports Club. This is the Wii U version of the very popular game that premiered on the Wii. Nintendo decided to change a few things in it and release it for free on the Wii U eShop, but with a catch. But we'll get into that later. Right now there are only two sports available to play, tennis and bowling. I'm not sure why Nintendo didn't just release the whole game with all the sports right now, but maybe they're testing the online capabilities of the title to make sure everything's running smooth before they release the other sports. But that's just a total guess. That's right, I did say the online capabilities. There's a whole new online mode in addition to the regular game, and this new online feature is the real hook of this title. When you first start up, you have to join a club. And these are kind of based on your location, but you don't have to pick a club based on where you are, but it would only make sense to. You can see how many members your club has, their win ratio, and their standings with other clubs. So there's kind of like a competition vibe, and that was kind of cool. Since there's only two sports to talk about right now, I'm just going to talk about each one of them in detail. Tennis is a very simplified version of the game. You control the swing of the racket, and that's about it. The computer will control your characters, and that worked just fine. Having the computer control your characters makes it so you can focus more on the way you hit the ball. If you angle your swing in a different way, it'll cause the ball to move differently. Now with Wii Motion added in, it controls even better than it used to. It really feels like you're playing a game of tennis. Graphically though, it's a disappointment. It really doesn't look any different. I was expecting more for an HD title on a much more powerful system. The game though is really about playing online, and tennis won't disappoint. You can play single player or doubles with another person playing with a second Wiimote. While I did notice a little choppiness, it never really affected the gameplay. Playing tennis online was a lot of fun, and it was very quick to play. Now you can set up quick keys on your D-pad to say things to the other players. These sayings were pre-made, and you had over 20 to choose from. You can also use messages from the Miiverse, but since I had no one to send me a message, I wasn't able to test this. But I did see people using this option, because occasionally drawings would come up when people were talking. Now bowling has you knocking down 10 pins in 10 frames. This one had 3 different game modes which you could play in single player or online. There was the regular game, then a 100 pin mode, and then a challenge mode which had you do trick shots around obstacles. The controls are really well done. The ball will sometimes hook to your right or left depending on the twist you might give it when you release the ball. So it was even more accurate than it was in the first game. Graphically, the main game looks about the same, but in the 100 pin mode, they've really changed the way the whole place looks, and I think it looks a lot better. Now, the online mode was flawless when it came down to the choppiness and the lag when I played it, but I did have 2 issues with it. The game would try and match you up with 3 other players each time. This would be fine if we all went at the same time, but unfortunately, you have to wait for the others to take their turn. You can watch the other people bowl their turns and make comments just like you did with tennis, but it gets old very fast. My second problem with this was that if they're going to make us wait, we're going to want to actually talk to the other players. I felt the whole time that I was playing bowling online that the game was screaming for voice chat. I know Nintendo doesn't do this because they're trying to keep it kid friendly, and I have no doubt that if they did enact voice chat, it would turn into a CD bar talk in no time. But that's what parental option blockers are good for, and they really should give us that option. It was very boring to wait for everyone. It's nice that they will time out a player if they take too long, but the pace of the online game is way too slow. There was times where the game would just match up 3 players, and those were better because the pace was much faster. Like I said before, you can play the 2 other modes that were available, 100 pin and trick shot. Trick shot was okay, but it was nothing I would want to replay. But 100 pin bowling was really fun to play. Knocking down all those pins was very satisfying, and a lot harder than it looks. And it was interesting to see the strategies other players would do to try and knock down the 100 pins. Now I did say this game was free, so that kind of sounds like it's like a no-brainer to get. But the problems happened 24 hours later. The free version is only free for that long. So you're saying, okay, so it's basically a trial version of the game. However, if you want to play after 24 hours, you're going to have to pay $1.99 per day to access the game. Or $9.99 a sport if you want unlimited access. That's right, I said per sport. So when the full game comes out, assuming all the 5 games are there again, it's going to be a little under $50 to get them all for an unlimited time. Sure, you could do the $1.99 and then you could play per day, like when you have a party, or you just get the inkling to play. But really, if you think about it, it's not worth it right now. Because if you're going to do this, wait till all the 5 sports are out. Or you're just cheating yourself out of getting your money's worth. Wii Sports Club was really fun. I really liked the original Wii Sports, and re-releasing it for the Wii U and adding in online capabilities was a stroke of genius. While bowling was a little dull waiting for the other players, tennis was quick and exciting. Now this game is free for 24 hours. If you're interested, you really should check it out. But if you want the maximum amount of value for your free trial, then I would wait till all the other sports were available. Personally, I can't wait until golf and baseball are available to play online. Those 2 have the most potential for the most amazing online play. But if you don't really care about the other sports or just really want to try out the online capabilities now, it's absolutely worth a download.